What does it mean to you to be making your 25th start at the SuperNationals?
Well, it's a quarter century. I was, I think, 31 at SuperNationals 1, because it was before my birthday then. So it's a long time. It's very special. I've sort of been targeting this as I can't stop until I get to 25, you know? So on the other hand, it's kind of just like another SuperNats to me. Like, I've done so many that it doesn't really resonate, other than it's just been so long. And so it's special. I mean, the SuperNationals is always special to me. I can't really, if you were to ask me why it's special, I've spent 10 or 15 years trying to figure out why this race is so special to me without really coming up with an answer.
Take us back to that first SuperNationals. Who were you at that time? You've already said you were still a bit younger than some of the competitors, but
older.
Older, obviously. But what were your expectations going into that first SuperNationals? Because it was kind of an unknown at that time.
It was and it wasn't, because I had raced the two races that were precursors to the that became the SuperNationals, the ISRA Shifter Nationals in Phoenix in '95, and the NSKA Shifter Nationals in '96 at Sloan. So it was kind of a continuation of that. Just to, I had no idea how big it would be, that it would turn into this, right? It was insane. But my expectations, that was the first year that I sort of had a factory deal, tire sponsors and all that kind of stuff, because we had open tires. So I was sort of used to it, but being on the grid with, Alex Barron and Bobby Orgel back then was pretty amazing.
Well, let's go back to your wins. You have 3 wins total. One at Sam Boyd, you mentioned that was 2004, my actual first SuperNationals.
Yeah.
And then you came here and won back-to-back in 2011 and then 2012 as well.
Yeah.
Which one of those 3, I know you said it all blends together, but which one really stands out of those 3?
2012 is probably the best drive I've ever personally had in a kart. Like, I started third, got the whole shot, took the lead, and the kart just kept, like, every lap almost was faster than it just kept getting faster and faster, and it was a perfect race. Like, so that one really sticks out.
Of the 5 locations that we've raced at this event, which one has been your favorite?
Sloan, for sure. That was, for the young people who've never been there or never saw it, it was an insane track. I mean, you couldn't do it now. Like, you just couldn't do it. It's not big enough. The paddock's not big enough. The lights weren't good enough. It was fairly dangerous. But yeah, it was amazing. And then, but yeah, that was gone pretty quickly. And then the Rio is home, right? Westgate they're all cool in their different way. Some of the stuff at Sam Boyd was really cool, where you went around the side and did the hairpin and came back up. So they all have their special places in my heart, at least, but I loved Sloan.
Going into this week, what are kind of your expectations? Obviously, you said you're going to have fun, but realistically, what is the mindset in terms of results?
Not spin out on the outlap for the main, first off. And then, no, I'm shooting for like a top 10 I'd be pretty happy with. It's obviously probably the strongest, X30 Masters field that's ever been at the SuperNats. There's a lot of, let's say, kids coming into the class, trying to cherry pick another win for Ben, and, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to race with all these guys. If I get a top 10, I'll be pretty happy. But mainly I just want to have fun and enjoy it. This might be the last one, I don't know, so I'm gonna have fun.
For anyone who's making their first start here, or maybe looking to race this event in the future for their first time, what advice would you give somebody here coming to the SuperNationals for the first time?
That's a good question. The most important thing about this race is you have to make it through the heats. You have to make it through the heats without crashing. You're much better to take a 5th than to crash trying to get a 3rd, or take a 3rd rather than crash trying to take a first. It's all about getting through the heats.
Do you know what your emotions are going to be pre-race on Super Sunday, and then after you get that last checkered flag?
Oh, I not really. I mean, I think pre-race will be just like every other one. I'll be a little nervous. I don't really get super stressed out anymore. You know, Hannah, Norberg, they get really wound up before a big race like this. But, you know, I've seen it all, done it all, crashed, won, whatever. So I try and just stay chill. Afterwards, I'll just be ready for a beer.
That's it.